The MS-02 Zeong is a prototype mobile suit appearing in the anime Mobile Suit Gundam. It was first piloted by the Red Comet, quote-unquote, Char Aznavour. Developed by the Principality of Zeong at the Abayoaku Space Fortress during the One-Year War, the Zeong was built exclusively for new-type pilots. It initially had the model number MS-16X and was developed based on the data of multiple experimental units. The Zeong was also the first mobile suit to use the Saikami system, which allowed a new type pilot to utilize its wire-guided remote-controlled forearms for all-range attack effectively. Each forearm was built with 5 megaparticle cannons in its fingers. Zeong also has 3 more megaparticle cannons on its body, 2 in the waist and 1 in the head. The Zeong was expected to be around 35 meters tall when fully completed, making it much larger than most mobile suits of the time. Its large size was attributed to the difficulties of miniaturizing the Saikami system, though another account suggested that it was due to the need for larger generators to power its 13 megaparticle cannons. In the end, this mobile suit was only 80% complete when it was deployed, thus its lack of legs and exposed upper arms. Although the legs would aid in the AMBAC system, their omission did not hinder the Zeong from performing at 100% combat capacity, since 2 rocket thrusters were installed at where the legs were supposed to be. Although the Zeong was developed for new types, it could also be operated by normal pilots. In this situation, the mobile suit would be controlled by a pilot in the torso cockpit and a gunner in the head cockpit. The 2 cockpits were connected by a traversal tube. In contrast, a single new type pilot could fully operate the Zeong from either one of the cockpits, though due to the mobile suit's prototype nature, its activation and initialization could only be done in the torso cockpit. In order to ensure the recovery of its data and pilot, especially if the pilot was a new type, the head also doubled as an escape pod and could detach from the main body when necessary. The forearms of the Zeong are actually wired-bit weapons with a powerful megaparticle cannon installed in each finger. Each joint of every finger contained a convergence device, allowing each finger to fire at a different target. Since they were also intended to function as standard manipulators, the megaparticle cannons were covered with dust-proofing panels before sortie, so they could still be fired in this state. Though due to the Zeong's large size, it was unable to use most existing mobile suit weapons. The cable connecting the forearms and the body was several kilometers long. It was said that should the cables be severed, they could be reconnected using backup cables, though how this is done is unknown. The Zeong also had waist megaparticle cannons. A pair of fire-linked megaparticle cannons are built into the torso. The muzzles of the cannons are movable to some extent so they can be used for anti-ground and anti-air attacks. There is also the head megaparticle cannon, of which is a megaparticle cannon built into the mouth of the head. It can be used even when the head unit is detached, allowing the pilot to have offensive options even while retreating. During the One-Year War, the researchers of the Flanagan Institute discovered that new types emit powerful thought waves similar to regular brain waves, but not electrical in nature, which they call psychowaves. The Flanagan Institute goes on to develop a mind machine interface called the Saikami Psycho-Communicator System, which receives these thought waves and translates them into computer commands. Using this interface, a new type pilot can direct remote weapons and operate huge mobile armors by thought alone. The head of the Zeong featured an independent cockpit block, the Zeong's main camera, a megaparticle cannon, as well as vernier thrusters for movement, allowing it to function as a small combat spacecraft. Normally, its energy was supplied by the body, but when separated, it drew energy from a series of high-capacity condensers and energy cap systems instead. When separated, it could only operate for less than 10 minutes, as it did not carry enough propellant for engaging in prolonged combat. It could replenish its propellant and recharge its megaparticle cannon after docking with the body. The cockpit hatch was located on the back of the head. Developed to be the ultimate mobile suit, the Zeong was given the same name as the Principality of Zeong itself in order to boost morale. During the Battle of Abayoaku, Char Aznavour boarded the still incomplete Zeong at the suggestion of Kaecilia Zabi, since the MS-14S Gelgoog commander type was damaged and all the other Gelgoogs at the fortress had already been deployed. Under Kaecilia's order, the Zeong sortied with the 34th Mobile Suit Team to engage the Federation fleet in S-Field. After sinking several Salamis-class cruisers, the Zeong engaged in a fierce battle with the MSN-02 Gundam piloted by Amuro Ray. After a prolonged fight, the Gundam was able to destroy both of the Zeong's arms, while the Zeong was able to destroy the Gundam's left arm. With his main weapons gone, Char landed the Zeong on the fortress itself, and attempted to ambush the Gundam with its waist megaparticle cannons. However, the Gundam dodged the beams and destroyed the Zeong's torso, only for Char to escape in the Zeong's head. The Zeong's head then fired its megaparticle cannon at the Gundam, destroying its head. After the Zeong's torso was destroyed, its IFF signal was lost, causing Kaecilia to believe that Char had died in battle. Amuro, piloting the now headless Gundam, chased the Zeong's head into Abayoaku. He set the Gundam to autopilot and left it. The heavily damaged Gundam and the Zeong's head fired one last beam at each other, destroying one another. However, Char was able to escape just in time from a hatch on the back of the Zeong's head. That is it for this video. All this information came from the Gundam Wiki, so read that, support them in any way you can, and that's all. So, bye-bye. And yes, my sister is here. She is.
I was being quiet the whole time.
She was being quiet the entire time, but whatever, bye.